So welcome to my game dev diary for the 26th of November 2022. Thanks for checking in. I'm just going to get straight to it. Just for those who haven't been following this project at all, it's a Star Fox inspired arcade shooter called Lex Finalis that I'm putting together for my Unity learning course. I completed all the sketches in the game plan way back in August, and although I've been working on it since then, I wasn't happy with the amount of roadblocks that I was hitting and how much struggle I had actually coding the game out. So I went away and did some tutorials. Some of those included Sebastian Leagues' Create a Game series, which is really in depth, but it can get quite advanced. It starts off quite simple, gets quite advanced later in the videos. And Brackeys make a dialogue system in Unity. I know that Brackeys is a big favorite of most people learning to code, and the videos that he makes they're just brilliant. They're really good. I then put together a controller for a project that I'm really interested in, a dungeon crawler type game similar to Eye of the Beholder that I'm calling Dungeon Breaker for now. This turned out to be the right thing to do because it gave me a much better understanding of many of the basic tools in Unity and the differences between those. It does take quite a while to really understand things like transforms and collisions, raycasts, that kind of thing, and this really helped me out. And coming back to this project with fresh eyes and starting again, it's been much better progress. It's been fairly slow. I'm still 3 or 4 months to my coding journey, and the progress was steady enough that I wasn't losing hope. So collisions and damage is all set up and running. I've created a invulnerability window for the player that triggers on collision to stop you getting killed by multiple collisions happening at once. And I'm handling that with a bunch of coroutines and switches, which seems to be working absolutely fine, and a switchable player model, which I've set up to be flashing white, which flicked on and off when the player handles the collision. The score system is fully working, with points being awarded for shooting down enemies and for passing through gates. I'm going to have to put something on the intro screen to let people know how to earn points in the game. I've also made use of the life system that was already in and coded. I learned how to do this via Blackthorn Prod's how to make a heart health system video. Again, link will be in the description. That worked really well for me. Also, there's a space-based skybox in there that I got from a particular website. Again, I'll put that down in the description. And all the game really needs now is a boss and a game over screen. However, I'm also hoping to add some basic AI for the smaller enemies so they can target you based on distance, perhaps fire off a few shots and then fly off screen. At the moment, they just move along with the obstacles, and my daughter Olivia had a little go on the game, and she showed me that you could basically just fly over the top of everything and ignore it if you wanted to. So thank you to my daughter Olivia for showing me that bug, and adding a little bit of movement in for the enemies should stop that. Next week's going to be all about adding the sound and the particle effects, the polish to the game that I talked about before, making it a little bit more fun to play. I'm going to go and grab those mainly as free samples, I believe. I've got a particle effects system from the asset store for Unity. I'm going to have a look at that. I think it's going to have most of what I need. Okay, so that's it pretty much about the project. I'm really looking forward to finishing this off so I can get it in some people's hands and other people can actually have a go at the demo finally. And I'm looking forward to going back to the Unity learning course that I'm currently finishing off the junior program there. It's completely and ridiculously free. I do recommend it to anybody who wants to learn game development. Literally all you need is a computer that will run Unity, which is free, and an account on Unity Learning, which is free. The system they have there is very game-like. You earn experience points, about 5,000 at the moment. I've got a couple of badges. But it really gives you a sense of progress. I must admit, until I started working on my own projects, I kind of understood things more on a theoretical level, but it is project-based still, and I do recommend the course for giving you a grounding in the basics and to kind of work you through a structured system as well. Then from there you can pretty much branch off into things that are more interesting to you. If you want to do first-person shooters or RPGs, there's lots of tutorials out there that you can start working away from the core, working more towards something that you're really interested in. So I definitely recommend that, along with YouTube tutorials and Unity manual, which I keep finding myself back on. The Unity manual is absolutely amazing. They've got lots of examples on there for how to use all the different functions within Unity. I'll add links in the description for the Unity manual and the Unity learning if anyone's interested. So on a different note, I'm thinking about rebuilding and improving the models that I used for the demo, putting them up on an asset store in case anybody stumbles across the demo and wants to use the assets. I'm not going to make them free, but I'm not really looking for money either, so the price should be affordable for pretty much anyone. I'll post about that if I do. Also, I want to make my own palette. The one that I'm using at the moment is Infenzia's. He does a lot of low poly modeling tutorials that I follow along with on Blender, so go check him out if you can. I've put a link to his palette here. If I manage to do my own, I'll probably put a link for that palette up as well so that people can use that. Okay, so that's it for this week. I need to get back to work making sure that that demo is going to be ready for everyone to get their hands on. Help me out, make sure as many people can play it as is possible. And thanks for watching. If you need to reach out to me, have any questions or any suggestions, my social links are all in the description. Have a great weekend.